It's a very tough times and rapidly changing times in America, where Israel is being vilified in the media, on the campuses, in the UN. We need to come and do something about it.
When we saw anti-Israeli sentiment in a rally for Gaza war, we responded 5,000 strong in a pro-Israeli rally. We will never limit ourselves in helping our beloved country.
Getting the Israelis understand it and involve, this is a tough one. But once we get them, they're the best.
It's impossible for each community to work by itself. Each community needs each other.
There was a study made lately in the Jewish community, and more than 50% of them said that there is no importance from their point of view if Israel exists or doesn't exist.
The main concern of the community should be our future generations, the second and third generations of American Israelis.
If we don't provide them with the right tools, the right values, and the right foundation, we will not have the type of leadership that we need here.
If we won't do it, we won't see a Jewish community or a Jewish heritage in the next generation.
Our mission is to fortify and enhance a productive and continuous relationship between Israeli Americans and the State of Israel through community empowerment, activism, and philanthropy.
I believe that we are as Israelis are not serving Miluim in Israel. Our Miluim is here to serve our community.
When a commander said, I'm going to go first and you follow me, and through a personal example, would like the rest of the community to follow.
To unite the 250,000 Israelis living here in Los Angeles. By integration, that community, strengthen it and lead the Jewish community.
The ILC, since its establishment, made it a point of being the bridge, a very strong bridge between the American-Israeli community in Los Angeles and Israel, and another bridge between the American-Israeli community in Los Angeles and the Jewish community in LA.
You don't start education when you're 18. So you build it up, you build the right foundation. And by building the right foundation, you ensure that the future will be stable.
The second generation will not basically disappear out as a heritage for the Jewish community.
The great thing about the ILC, which we're really fortunate about, is that really the success of others is our success. We don't position ourselves in a competition with anyone.
Different dominant people from the community working together for the benefit of the Israelis who live in the United States for Israel. I think it's something unique, it's something special, it's something that we, in Israel, we want to see that.
I'm part of Dor Hadash, something I started as really as a hobby. Now it's fortunately taking over my life. Dor Hadash is a young professional organization in Los Angeles, helping to bridge the gap between Americans and Israelis.
I love the concept, I love the vision, and I said I wanted to be a part of that.
What I see in Dor Hadash are those things that I miss so much in Israel. Call someone in the middle of the night for help and you got it.
There is nobody else. We are the leaders of this organization and we decide what happens.
ILC for me is the driving force.
I think it's pretty safe to say that without the ILC, Dor Hadash, LA wouldn't exist.
צוות חן is the Israeli Scouts in Los Angeles.
Sofim is the only youth movement that is specifically for the Israeli community.
Sofim is a part of Israel. It's like you're there when you're really not. You feel like you're really in Israel at that same time. You get into your room with your group and it's like, okay, we're about to go. Please fasten your seatbelt. Let's go all the way to Israel.
I've been very lucky to have ILC as my partners. It's not just about giving grants or donating money. They really believe in the next generation.
I feel that the Israeli Scouts in Los Angeles is the closest that we can get to home.
Shever Harel for me is a way to connect with Israel when you're in America.
We found that there is a lot of young Israeli kids that want to keep Israel in their minds.
I think it's really important to have a connection to Israel, especially if you're Jewish.
There have been many attempts to try to open this chapter years ago, but now, due to the support of the ILC, we are actually able to succeed.
Everyone logs on. They have their headsets, they have the workbooks where they can follow along. The mouse bounces around with the pointer and the students are asked to read along.
I'm studying it so that I can pass the language to my children.
My name is David. I've been studying Hebrew for 3 years.
The ILC's support of the Hebrew online learning is very important.
Bnei Akiva for me is the way to live Israel, to breathe Israel, to be connected to Israel without necessarily being in Israel. I can have a lot of ideas, a lot of visions, a lot of dreams that I want to fulfill, but to fulfill these things as the best way, you need two main things. One, you needed to do it in a good way, in a professional way. And the second thing is you need the funds to do such a thing. And these two main things, ILC is very supportive.
We organize cultural events for the Israeli community in Los Angeles. In our events, we are trying to replicate some of the Israeli memories that all the audience remembers and misses so much. The ILC plays a major role in the community.
ILC taking care of lone soldiers, which is a program of Friends of Israel Defense Forces, as well as hosting and sponsoring a dinner for bereaved families. ILC also sponsors, together with us, the program we call Legacy. The soldiers look after Israel, and our mission is to look after them.
To promote the idea that community empowerment comes from giving back, from the notion of tikkun olam and mitzvah and tzedakah, which say that we have a responsibility to one another. We are better when we give back. And that's what the ILC is about.
Join the ILC and become an activist. Just give a little back to things that are important to you.
ILC for me is the devotion for the State of Israel and the commitment to make sure that the State of Israel will be stronger and the community will be stronger as well.
We really appreciate the support that ILC brings to the community in a number of different areas that have enabled us to work together with the Jewish Federation Valley Alliance and the overall federation.
Many Israelis Americans can remain connected to the Israeli culture and the Hebrew language. And more important, it provides identity with sense of identity. The Israeli Leadership Council accomplished it and so much more. Thank you very, very much.
ILC is much more than just an organization. We feel that it's part of our family.
We made it together, and we did in history.
I would like to thank the ILC for all the support, not only the financial, but more important, the spiritual. Toda rabba.
It's really a good thing that they're gonna help us today, and tomorrow, and in the future.
We want the Israelis here to be involved in politics, to affect public opinion in the United States.
This is what we are striving for, to be an assistance to all of the communities that we are working with.
We are not interested to grow in people, but we are interested to communicate and get the people together.
When you live in Israel, you pay taxes and you send your kids to the army. When you live in America, you have to be an ambassador of good faith.
The fact that we create this young leadership and create these bridges between different communities and provide the resources, providing those tools will ensure our future.
We want to change and build the strongest Israeli community. And by our personal example, we want the people to teach them how to give back to the community.
We just channel this energy into where we feel will help the local community and the State of Israel.
If you're not going to do it now, and others will not do it now, I'm not sure we can count on our kids to do that.